welcome to Wonka's Diner. My name is Beth Ann. What kind of meat would you like today?
Oh!
Do you want me to go through our specials?
Yeah, what's your specials?
Okay, so we have the purple meat. It's made from ambiguous animals.
Okay.
And you can get that, you know, like rare, like a lavender, medium purple, deep purple. We stopped getting creative with the purple. There's only so much you can say with purple. So we got the purple meat. We got the purple meat patty. We have purple meat hot dogs, which is different than a purple hot dog, which we also have on the menu.
So is purple meat different from purple? Okay, so purple meat. Where is that from? Where do you source your purple meat
I'm not
from?
legally allowed to say that, but what I will say, insider tip for you, the hot dog is the premium cuts of the purple meat. So I would highly enjoy that.
Reverse.
We do have a bucket of syrup. If you want to dip your hands in there, we find it's easier to have the meat stick on your hands as you eat it. Yeah.
So I'm going to say something which is a little controversial, but I'm curious about.
Yeah.
Is this Wonka's Diner in the sense that it is owned by Wonka, or is this like a Chick-fil-A situation?
I imagine that this is a failed business attempt, and this is the last Wonka's Diner in, like, bumfuck Nevada.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm imagining it. This is a pit stop, and you have no choice.
Owned by Wonka, though? Or... I'm not saying I don't mean Chick-fil-A as in franchise. I mean Chick-fil-A as in the meat. It is named after the meat they are serving.
Oh, no.
I probably should have clarified that.
I was like, I don't know the difference. No. Wonka's Diner does offer other things, but Beth Ann just assumes you're probably here for their famous meats. They do have we have non-vegetarian options.
You haven't mentioned if it is Wonka meat.
Wonka meat?
You haven't clarified that yet.
Meat that Wonka
meat harvested from Wonka's.
Oh, from his factory. Is that what you're saying?
No, from his body.
No, we're not doing cannibalism. Oh my God. Look, it was a wild intro, but I wasn't going with literally we've done a pit roast of Wonka, and we are finally eating the man now that the movie is out. Ding dong, the Wonka's dead, and we're gonna have a barbecue, man. Oh my God. Whoa, I know I get dark, Felicia, but holy
I'm sorry,
shit.
I feel like I tanked your really fun role play. It took me way too long. I was really embarrassing because you did not get the wavelength I was on, and it took me so long to get you on the same wavelength as me.
You know, the brain was not naturally.
I'm sorry. I feel like I ruined your very lighthearted and fun about purple meat. Now I apologize.
Metaphor and like analogy to what I have experienced recently that I'm about to share with you, Felicia, is that I had some items off the infamous IHOP Wonka menu. Yes. That we were going to do together, and then the floods came.
Literally, the floods
came. That
came.
went away. And honestly, Felicia, I am so glad it did. I do not think you would be well.
I was honestly,
well.
I'll be honest, I was genuinely relieved to not have to do the Wonka menu because all of it, like looking at it, made me feel ill. So I was very excited.
No, I genuinely, no joke, was concerned about your physical health, as were my own friends about me, which we'll get to. But yes, I have eaten some of the IHOP menu. I did have to get it to go, so I didn't have all of like the dine-in options, but don't worry, I will have opinions on what we see in the menu. But yeah, I ate it, and we're going to have that on our Buy Me a Coffee, the live review of me eating it, and live time reviews and digesting it. So,
I didn't even know this was happening.
You didn't know? Girl, I filmed myself eating this shit.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Some of y'all have emailed us about your IHOP experience as well, so I'm glad that we get to finally discuss this, talk about it. We'll get some of your input, some of my input, and then Felicia, I just want to know how you would think and feel. And again, I'm glad I gave up my body for this podcast.
I gave up my body.
So I gave up my body. I wrecked this temple. I mean, maybe I liked it. You guys have no idea. You have no idea how I felt about it.
Elaine did. The only thing I know coming in was Elaine sent me a photo of an absolutely destroyed pack of the biscuits with "That's all I'll say for now" as the text. I mean, it does look...
Yeah, it's...
Yeah. Wow.
Don't worry. There's a lot of fun quirks.
And there's also
some
for some reason in the background, there's just a little, like one of those little blocks with text on it that just says God.
Oh, it's a cult book I'm reading called God Shot. That's amazing.
It just says God.
There is no God after that meal. I'll tell you that. That confirmed that. But but oh my gosh, here's your to-go order.
Oh my God.
Here's some purple meat. I left a little something extra in the middle for you.
Oh my God, is that Wonka Watch?
You know it.
Also, hi everybody. Welcome to Wonka Watch. This is a podcast where we were counting down to Wonka, and now we're not anymore. And now we're in the aftermath.
We're post-rapture.
We're post-rapture, and we're light and happy and fun and free. We're in the final days. We're having a great time. But yes, Wonka Watch news in the. I'm Felicia.
I'm Elaine.
You'd think after 110 episodes this would be like automatic, but it's still not. Oh my God! In the pancakes, it's Wonka Watch news, and you may say, Felicia, how could there be Wonka Watch news? The movie's happened. What's there to update us on? And that's a great point. You're right. I literally unsubscribed from my Daily Wonka Digest. I'm free. I don't need that shit anymore.
That's so good.
But you know what I do need in my life?
What?
Timothée Chalamet fashion articles.
Yes.
That's right. Wonka Watch news, as long as I can find them for the remainder of this podcast, is just going to be Timothée Chalamet fashion articles. Because I'll be honest, I love them so much.
They're
so horrible,
good.
and I love them.
It should be compiled into like a book, an anthology.
Look, I miss doing the news segment. The podcast felt like naked without it. And I'm indulging, and we're going back to my favorite part.
Yay.
A note for Timothée Chalamet, he did win GQ's Most Stylish Man of the Year.
Oh, I'm not shocked. They really love him. They've been obsessed.
He beat David Beckham.
Ooh.
So today we're reading an article by Oren Hartov from GQ, which is called, and this is a bit of a throwback, Timothée Chalamet popped up courtside in a delightfully tiny Cartier watch. No. They're still talking about the teeny tiny watches.
Tiny watches.
The watch thing came up in our episode with the Final Girl Files, which is talking about Alice, which has nothing to do with Wonka. That was just a fun side thing. And there's this whole article about the teeny tiny watches. And this article was specifically about Timothée Chalamet's teeny tiny watch. And the one they talked about in that article, the 23 millimeter Cartier Panther. So let's read some of this article. Just one day after we declared tiny timepieces the biggest watch trend of 2023, Timothée Chalamet decided to do us a solid and really hammer the point home. On Friday, the Wonka star popped up on the sidelines of the Lakers/Pacers game in Vegas, wearing a petite 23mm Cartier Panther. The Panther is part and parcel of Cartier lore. The elegant feline has been featured in the company's jewelry since 1914 and coalesced into a full horological collection in 1983 as the Panther de Cartier. As recently as a few years ago, you'd be hard-pressed to find a man's man sporting a watch from a collection decided by Cartier as a staple for women who never goes unnoticed. I do have a bit of a fill-in-the-blank for you, because I feel like that's part of this. Very brief.
Oh, boy.
This brief segment.
Okay.
This sentence has the fill in the blank. That being said, the Maison also described the Panther as blank, blank, and blank. And that certainly seems to match Chalamet's energy. Here are your options. Sleek, sophisticated, and electric.
Okay.
Wild, feline, and free. Disciplined, wise, and inventive.
I'm feeling wild, feline, and free.
So stupid.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's so stupid. And I was like, I wouldn't describe Chalamet's energy as wild, feline, and free.
Yeah, that's the feline part is really, I get that as panther, but like those three words together is...
No, and I've never seen anyone describe Timothée Chalamet like that.
No. What an honor.
He doesn't have that.
No, and that's okay. You know?
That's okay. He doesn't have to be wild, feline, and free.
I was trying to think of if I know of anyone who's wild, feline, and free. Simba. I don't know. But it's just not... Yeah, interesting choices there, GQ. But always a delight. Always love the writing style there.
Always a delight. Always love to return. Always love this elegant feline has been featured. God, what a great phrase. But yeah, that's my Wonka Watch news for the day.
Well, are you ready to get your hands sticky from syrup as we talk about the Wonka menu at IHOP. Let me set the scene for everybody. It was the week of Christmas, and I am in the middle of moving. We had just done our week of Wonka. It was the end of the quarter for my work, which is usually chaotic. It was a lot to happen all at once, and what I decided was that I was going to take Christmas off. Like, I was just going to like chill, because to travel to a Christmas would have been at least a 15-hour drive. And I was like, if I'm moving as well, like this is just a lot for my little body to handle. And so I had a lovely just me time with my friends' cats. I house sat for them. And this was when I decided, you know what? There is nothing better than being alone near the holidays and eating IHOP by yourself. And that is what I decided to do, because we had to try this, and there was an IHOP near me. That's just, I think, a good setting to have into this. I'm alone, it's near Christmas, and I'm eating IHOP. When you go to order IHOP, for me, when I was on my phone, I cannot get IHOP to load. Everything took 30 seconds to 50 seconds to load anytime I clicked on an item to try to order it, because I did not eat in the IHOP and record. Like, I did not just like sit there by myself eating it. I didn't have the confidence, nor did I have the willpower. I need another human being to be there for safety. You know what I mean? To consume all that. I as one human, basically ordering the entire Wonka menu was going to be too much. So I did get it to go, which had its own delights, I'll say. The first thing that happened when I walked through the door was the manager was on the phone saying, I'm so sorry. If you come back in, we will recook all of it for you, and it'll be fine, which is always promising. There was definitely like a 14-year-old there who, when the manager left, she looked at me, she goes, whew, now I can take a break. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Also, a fun fact with IHOP, they have their own currency. If you sign up for their loyalty program, because I was able to get a $5 off coupon.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, if you sign up for their loyalty program, you get pan coins. It's like pancakes, but pan coins. They call it the International Bank of Pancakes. As a member of our bank, you always get returns on your investments. And so every time you spend $5, like you earn one pan coin. It's kind of fucking great. What's a pan coin? A pan coin is a crypto pancake. You can trade 3 pan coins for a short stack of 3 pancakes. What else can you redeem, Felicia? Well, you can trade pan coins for a variety of tasty assets in the stack market.
What the fuck is this?
So honestly, that did tickle me. So I have an account open at the International Bank of Pancakes. Oh, and you're probably, what do stackholder perks include? Free birthday pancakes. I made a fake birthday for February, so if I really had the urge to get more pancakes, I could. Exclusive offers, rewards that stack up, secret menu offerings, which is intriguing. And the coins look like pancakes, like these gold coins, and then there's just like a little like syrup and butter on top. Absolutely hysterical. So I now am the happy owner of, I believe, 20 pan coins, because I got a deal as a beginner or something. I don't know.
I was going to say, because I was like,
now,
was
basically.
it? Wait, hold on. So 20 times 5. You didn't spend $100, right?
No, maybe they gave me 10. It might be 10 pan coins. I got an additional for signing up for the first time. So maybe it wasn't 20, it was 10.
And we'd like to say thank you, everybody, on Buy Me a Coffee for supporting us and funding Elaine's new pan coin purchases.
Yes.
Pan coin.
You've helped my stack market career begin. The items I ordered, I'll just kind of briefly say what I ordered, because I wasn't able to get everything because some of it was dine-in only. And then for other reasons, I also chose not to do them. So we'll go in order of what I see here. Mm-hmm. What I ordered, I got Wonka's Perfectly Purple Pancakes.
Beautiful.
I got the Hoverchoc Pancake Tacos.
Good.
A Daydream Berry Biscuit.
Good.
What I did not get, I did not get the fantastical Wonka burger. This is because at 2 separate IHOP locations, I've gotten food poisoning, assumedly from their meats, and I did not have the heart to do that. What is on this burger? Great question. It's 100% USDA choice Black Angus beef steak burger with lettuce, tomato, onion, pickles, 4 cheese blend, avocado, 2 strips of bacon, fried hash browns, IHOP sauce, and a ranch drizzle on a brioche bun. Served with a choice of french fries, onion rings, seasonal fresh fruit, 2 buttermilk pancakes, or a side salad with dressing.
That's a lot.
I did not need that.
Yeah, that's a lot. Also, what the fuck does that have to do with Wonka?
And I'll say it doesn't. Like, there's nothing. It's just a bunch of shit you found in your fridge and you put it on a burger.
Truly.
Now, does it look better than the Dragon Kong Wonka burger?
Yeah.
Yes, if we recall that incident. So I'll give it that. But yeah, no, I was already a little tepid, a little scared hopping into IHOP because of what has happened to me in the past. Mm-hmm. I also did not get the Dreamy lemonade. That's dine-in only, and it's because it has cotton candy on top of it, and it genuinely looks like a nightmare. It's Dreamy lemonade. It's prickly pear flavored lemonade served with a cream cheese icing rainbow sprinkle rim.
Whoa.
And topped with a cloud of cotton candy. Create your own magic by stirring in the cotton candy. Absolutely not. That's the kind of thing that like I would get an instant headache from. It's horrible. Like it looks, Felicia, I don't know if you have this open. I can
I'll pop on the
real
Wonka
quick.
IHOP menu page.
Okay, yeah. So basically this thing, it's all pink. The cotton candy is, first off, they put it on top of the lemonade, but that would instantly melt. You wouldn't even have a chance to.
I think it is the
play
most
with it.
Wonka-esque, which is the thing that makes me upset about it. Like I don't want to drink it, but I think they did kind of get the concept here. You know?
Yeah, and now the whole point of a rim to any drink is that you're supposed to be easily to participate in it when you drink something. That's why margarita has salt on the rim. Some bars will then do a really fancy like paint strip of a flavor on the side of a glass or something, but again, it's supposed to be easy. This is like hardcore. You put like a cake on the side. No one can like you're gonna have to gnaw at your glass to eat that. And then I don't know, it just seems like way too much. So I'm glad I didn't have it, and I can kind of already tell you what that experience would look like. And this is what the menu photo looks like. God knows what this would look like once it's delivered to you.
What about the Willie's Junior French toast dippers?
Oh my gosh. So the things I didn't get. Yeah, I didn't get the Willie's Junior French toast dippers because
it's just French toast.
It's French toast, cut strawberries, and it had a chocolate dipping sauce. And I was like, that's kind of a waste of money for me to just say, yep, that's French toast sticks.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, no, I did get the Scrumdiddlyumptious strawberry hot chocolate. I had a lot of feelings about that one. But yeah, and I ordered the junior versions whenever I could of these options.
Oh,
so
good.
For the pancakes, I got the junior
Oh,
stacks.
hell yes.
And so on. So I'll just kind of go in order of the menu. That's how I try to eat this. So I knew that things wouldn't stay warm, so I was prepared to microwave things. So I will say that some of this was microwaved, and I don't know if that might have, completely messed with the integrity of anything, but I will be honest, I don't think there was much to really mess with. So when I got everything, it was not assembled. So like, for example, Wonka's Perfectly Purple Pancakes. These are 4 purple buttermilk pancakes. I only got 2 because they're the juniors, which I thought they'd be smaller pancakes. No, they're the same fucking giant size.
Yeah.
There's just 2 of them, which I thought was bold for children. I don't know much about small creatures, but that seemed a bit much. But anyway, purple buttermilk pancakes layered with creamy cheesecake mousse and topped with purple cream cheese icing, whipped topping, and gold glitter sugar. All of that came unassembled for me. I had pancakes, an ambiguous amount of, because again, I ordered all of these things, and a lot of them have this cream cheese mousse, but some of them have a different filling that looks the same. So I had to taste test and then reverse engineer how this all was supposed to go together, because nothing was labeled like, oh, this goes with the pancakes or whatever. I'm pretty sure at one point I just had one container I was supposed to share with others. It got really confusing, and I don't blame the workers. I think this is just what has happened or what IHOP provides these people, and they were working really hard, and it was the holidays, so they were incredibly nice, and shout out to the workers there. But continuing the roast of the corporation, so Wonka's Perfectly Purple Pancakes. I, in my head, would think this whole fucking thing is purple. This is a goddamn purple thing. It was not. And you can kind of see it more on the menu, I suppose, but I hadn't fully studied the menu. It was kind of purple on the edges, but my edges were also smaller on this pancake. Like, they kind of folded over, and it was just brown. It was just a brown pancake. It looked like a slight purple edge, which was a little sad to open in its solitary container. I then glopped
Can I say something real quick? I am listening.
Yeah.
What about Wonka told them cheesecake?
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's just like easier to, because butter,
because here's the thing. Berry seems to be focused on the fact that it is purple, not because of anything about Wonka. These are more berry and cheesecake focused than they are chocolate focused. And I'm just wondering, I guess the cheesecake happened because they were like, okay, that goes well with the berry, which it does, I bet. But hold on, what are we doing? I just wanted to say that real quick. That was all. I just know.
No, because I think that's a really good point. What you'll see on Buy Me a Coffee is I kind of ranked these as I went based on creativity, flavor, and how messy it became. What I will say, now that you said that, I kind of didn't fully grasp that. If they had gone with the chocolate route, this would have been a completely different experience. I think this would have been a completely better and improved experience, because you're right. I think because the only thing I can think of is if cream cheese as a flavor thing balances out the other flavors, but like it doesn't. Now, I will say the cream cheese mousse on its own, I highly enjoyed. It was really
I can
good.
imagine, because I like
that
cream
was the
cheese
banger.
stuff. So
yeah, me too. So the cream cheese mousse filling was fabulous, but it looked really ugly because I couldn't have beautiful dollops of it, so I just smeared it like a fucking mayonnaise sandwich between my sad purple pancakes that I had to microwave a little bit, which the integrity was not lost, I will say. It was fine. Then comes that purple cream cheese frosting. And as we just discussed, I love a cream cheese frosting. Like carrot cake, nom nom nom. There has to be something. Because at first I thought it had a berry flavor. And I was like, is that just the mental image of I'm eating something that's purple? Like there are like these, they've proven that sometimes if you have vanilla ice cream but you like dye it, you're like, oh, is it strawberry or something? I was like, maybe that's happening. I was like, no.
It's like how I believe if you think hard enough, you can make anything taste like peanut butter.
Yeah. Or like how sometimes tuna smells like coffee and coffee smells like tuna. Have you ever had that?
If you believe hard... No, I know what you mean. I once explained this to my family, and some of my family said, no, you're crazy. But then my grandpa fucking tried it, and he said, you're fucking right. And I said, yeah, bitch. Wow. I mean, if you're... I mean, if you're... I'm saying...
powerful thing.
If you can make anything... I'm saying, like... I'm not saying you can make anything taste like peanut butter, but if it's something you kind of like, and you could say, I think this kind of tastes like peanut butter, you can make it taste like peanut butter. You can convince your little brain. It doesn't work on foods you don't like, though, so it has limited application.
That's fair. Wonka scholars, that's your homework. Can you try this out and let us know?
Let me know
if you're able to make it taste like peanut, or if you hate like peanut butter, whatever that equivalent needs to be for you. Yeah. But I'm curious now, because we're food critics now. Mm-hmm. We care about the palate.
And whenever I critique a food, I always imagine it tastes like peanut butter the whole time. So a lot of my reviews are very similar.
You're like, it just has a nutty presence.
There's just a nutty undertone.
I'm really glad they didn't use peanut butter in this. Good God. But the purple cream cheese frosting, there has to be something in the dye that gives it a consistency that changes the flavor, or just it is not the same. Yeah, the smoothness is not the same. It is a little thicker. I'm pretty sure if you look at the photo, it looks like it kind of oozes down a bit. Not the case. Not the case at all. It tasted horrible. And it remained to taste horrible because on the biscuit, it appears again.
The purple icing looks fucking horrible. Everything I've seen in it. We have... Our listener Revis did email us about the purple pancakes. Their opinion was, it's just purple icing on pancakes with gold dust and whipped cream. The icing tastes like it came like a bag that was thawed out one too many times in transit.
Yes. Okay. I feel validated now. Yeah. Because it was like the cream cheese
This is just having another
good.
Person to validate you. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, beautiful. Because I was like, the cream cheese mousse is great. Something about this cream cheese frosting is off, though.
I will be honest, the thing that has put me off, the reason I did not want to eat the Wonka menu was specifically that purple icing. Every time I saw it, I was like...
It did not look good.
No, thank you.
No, it looks like... It kind of looks like royal icing. That wasn't the texture or the flavor,
looks like
but, you know, and you don't
drippy.
Want that on it.
It looks shiny. It looks wet. They shouldn't be shiny and wet.
It's not the case. That's not what it was like at all. It looked like a night cream that you would put under your eyes.
Oh my God.
After you fought with your husband. It was rough. So, but we're not done putting stuff on. So then I have to dollop whipped cream and the gold sugar. These were not put in separate containers. I was given a little cup of whipped cream with gold sugar just shoved in the middle, and it looked like a cat had shat on the whipped cream, and they put it looked horrible. Nothing about it was sparkly. It looked like the most depressing thing. And so I scooped this fucker out. I put it on top of, yet again, reminder, microwaved, not purple pancakes. slathered on layer of cream cheese mousse, second pancake, smothered on cream cheese purple frosting, which I had to, they only gave me one container and I had to make that work for the dreamy biscuit. So I only used half, but it worked. And then I put on the sad thing. So all the glitter, the shiny you were talking about, that's like the glitter they put on it. It's fun. Clearly doesn't work in the photos. I will also say doesn't work in real life. Again, I understand. I did takeout. Maybe the dine-in experience was different, but it sounds like not. So overall, I hated that. I did not like it. I don't remember my rankings in the moment, so I'll just kind of go off of like, you know, my recollection now, how I feel, you know, days later. It was not a solid experience. I was able to eat it and consume it. And once I got into it, the inside of the pancakes were purple. They were a little more purple, so that kind of came about. Okay. That's something. But overall, like, that purple cream cheese frosting ruined that entire experience.
That's what I thought would ruin it. Because the cream cheese mousse sounds great, but the frosting has always seemed like the problem child to me from afar.
Yeah. Now, if they had just done, like, chocolates, and, like, you know, a fun chocolate pancake with maybe, like, you know, even a purple chocolate, you know what I mean? Like, that's a dye that can happen. They could have saved that with chocolate. I didn't need it to be purple. And also, people don't really want their food to be purple. I think we should note that because, like, humans don't like.
Did you never read Green Eggs and Ham? People don't want their food in different colors.
Oh my god, we don't want that shit. You know, humans see blue food. Our natural instinct is like, oh, blue is poison because that's like what it's like out there. And so purple, I mean, blue and red.
It's like out there. Where are you encountering these?
The forest.
When I travel in the forest. No, there is something about that does make me... It looks like a child's playset. I don't know. There's something about it that...
Yeah.
It looks like paint.
And that was an ominous...
It just looks like purple paint.
Right. And that's kind of what it... Honestly, the texture was horrible. It's confusing because it looks light, but it's pretty heavy. But it still has the bubbles as though it would... You know, like it's not a solid, thick thing. It still has pores. Not a fun shade of purple either. On top of a brown pancake. But you would think the pancakes, the staple, the pan coins, you know, this is the face of the pan coins, the crypto of IHOP. And they sucked. I was like, y'all, this is like supposed to be your calling card. What the fuck is going on? So,
yeah,
you know, that's that. I feel at peace now. I also, it's depressing that they called it Wonka's perfectly purple pancakes. They are not perfectly purple.
No, they're not.
They're brown. And then they're purple on the inside, which can still be fun, but let's be bold.
What Wonka would put their name on this? Wilfred doesn't like cake, so it's not our Wonka. I don't think Chalamet Wonka would touch this with a 10-foot pole, to be honest.
Puppet Wonka?
Puppet?
Puppet Wonka. This could be his kind of shit, his nightmare. That's the only one I can think of, honestly.
The burger's very Puppet Wonka. That burger is the size of a building. What the fuck? That's the size of my head. Anyway,
Puppet Wonka I just think, owns Wonka's Diner.
Timmy Wonka, if he was a character... I mean, we have to get into our Timmy Wonka characterization because that's you know, he's a Wonka now, officially. He's in his full form. And I think Timmy Wonka, if approached with this business deal as a real business person, I think he would not like this, but wouldn't really say anything. He would just kind of be like, oh, that's so
He'd
nice
be like
you guys thought of me.
Polite?
Yeah. He's a little too polite.
That's
and this
exactly
is young Wonka.
This
is not world weary. I think he would not approve, but he also wouldn't say anything to approve it. And I wish he would. I think he needs to learn to stand up for himself.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, so that was depressing. And then we move on to the Hoverchoc pancake tacos. This was the thing I was least looking forward to and is actually what I tried first. So the Hoverchoc pancake tacos, they are 3 silver dollar chocolate pancakes folded and filled with chocolate chips.
Okay, can I say, call it a silver sovereign pancake.
Oh.
Go for the tie-in. If we're being this stupid already, call it a silver sovereign pancake.
Maybe they're like, for the United States, so they understand what that is, we'll call it $1. But for our UK IHOP fans,
I know silver dollar pancakes are a thing, but silver sovereign pancakes is kind of fun. I don't like it.
It's silly.
But you gotta tie it in.
3 silver dollar chocolate pancakes, folded and filled with chocolate chips, creamy cheesecake mousse, fresh sliced strawberries, and a chocolate drizzle, served with extra strawberries on the side. It's a folded pancake with shit in the middle. Let's be real. These were the only things that came pre-made. I just added the chocolate chips and the chocolate drizzle. These like came to me in the form they were.
Yeah.
I tried to eat. They had gotten like lukewarm at that point, so they weren't hot. But with the cream cheese mousse, it didn't fully need to be that way. So I did try it not microwaved, and then I try it post microwave. I didn't hate them. I thought I would hate them. They're not awful. That was the most shocking twist I had in that entire experience, was like, they were the thing I liked the most. I was willing to go back and eat more. Now, will I ever return to eat these? No. But I was like, oh yeah. Okay. Because it's chocolate and I love chocolate. And if you microwave it, take off the strawberries. Don't be a dumb bitch like me. Because I was like, there's something weird going on here, like plasticky. And I was like, it's because I have microwave strawberry on it, you bitch. And so that's when I tried it cold, and I was like, oh, this is much better. That was my bad. That was, I kind of forgot. I was in a haze. These were actually good. Now, creativity wise, I actually think it's kind of fun. Yeah. I think they did pretty well. Like, I was like, okay, this is more in line with Wonka. And, you know, I personally have beef with Hoverchoc as a name, but that is one of the main candies in there. I think it's fun. I think instead of the strawberries are good and they're fine, but the cream cheese mousse is just kind of, it's in there like a filling. And instead of like 3 different dollops, I would think, which I know it's 3 pancake tacos you get, but like I thought they could have played more with the coins imagery. I thought would just be one thing I would up, but like honestly, it was pretty good. Again, I love that creamy cheesecake mousse.
Sorry, silver dollar pancakes are a thing. Do you know that? Like, that's just a descriptor. It's not like a special.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, silver dollar pancake.
Still, I thought it'd be fun if they.
It's a pancake that's about 5 to 7 centimeters in diameter. So
wild.
That's what a silver dollar pancake is.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's just about size.
Have homemade pancakes thrown in my face. I've never really. This is so fun. I'm learning things. Okay, so that's cute then.
Yeah, so the coin theming was non-existent.
That's fair. Because I was like, if they made like 3 little coins or something, that would have been cuter. Like 3 dollops of the cream cheese or something on top. But this makes more sense now. But yeah, they tasted good. Like a good chocolate. It was a good chocolate pancake. The chocolate sauce was fantastic. Really brought it all together. I thought the strawberries did add kind of a nice thing. I will say though, like, even the regular strawberries, I was like, you know, I could weirdly do without. I love strawberries and chocolate. I think this might just be a thing. Like sometimes if I have like fruit from a diner like that, it just tastes weird to me. And it's probably just because it's around like all these other smells. So, but that's just a me thing. But
no,
I thought they were like pretty okay. I didn't feel horrifically gross after I had them. I didn't, because sometimes when I eat something like this, I personally feel sticky even if I didn't touch anything sticky. Like I just feel a weird thing on my skin. I did not fully have that with this. So Hoverchoc pancake tacos gets a pass. They get
Beautiful.
A pass.
Do you want to hear the listener review?
Yes, please.
So Revis rated these a 6 out of 10. They said it's very sweet, but surprisingly has more than just chocolate with a cream paste and something that we thought was peanut butter flavor, but that might just be the gold dust. So not as bad. They also agreed.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe the part of that was like.
Well, actually, looking at theirs had the whipped cream and the gold dust on it, which it's not supposed to have. So I don't know.
Oh shit. Honestly, we'll get to that fucking whipped cream, but that is probably what fucked it up with more of that flavor. I have beef. Yeah, don't put the gold stuff on the Hoverchoc tacos. Let them be. That's the best thing you've got going for yourself so far. So yeah, that's my piece there, which again, I thought it was hilarious because I was least looking forward to that. And that is the thing you and I have been ragging on this entire time leading up to IHOP was the goddamn Hoverchoc tacos.
I'm not a huge strawberry fan, but besides the strawberries, I knew these would be fine. I didn't. They did not bother me. I just hated the name Hoverchoc tacos. Mostly, I think my ire was more for the word Hoverchoc, and it was coming out on the tacos. I was
just
more
know
mad
that
about
there's
the
a
purple
level
icing.
of like, there's a level of chocolate like that's too powdery that I was afraid the pancakes would have going into the other stuff.
Agreed.
I also
and if
had
it's
no
too
faith
rich,
in
it could be
cream
hard.
cheese mousse. Yeah, because I was like, the fuck is cream cheese mousse? And I don't trust you. So thank God that worked out and was good because... Okay, time for the Daydream Berry Biscuit. This is a warm and flaky buttermilk biscuit split and filled with creamy cheesecake mousse and a mixed berry topping topped with purple cream cheese icing and powdered sugar. So you can kind of guess how that's going since we have purple cream cheese icing. I did go ahead and microwave this. I took out, again, this all came separate. So I had the biscuits in one little container. I had the cream cheese mousse in a different container. The mixed berry topping was in its own stuff. So none of this was touching originally. I touched those biscuits and they were good and they smell good. But they were more on the butter salty side, which I thought was interesting because you can have a sweeter tasting biscuit, you know? They chose to keep the salty one. And I was like, this could be interesting. But they looked really good. And so I microwave them a little bit. And sometimes biscuits don't handle that. And they kind of did. And there's a great moment in the recording where I'm like, look, the integrity stayed up. And I pick up the biscuit and it splits in half, which was a real bummer in that moment. But I was able to like patch it up together. So again, Elaine is going through. I'm pulling out the cream cheese frost. I'm slathering it on this biscuit. It looks horrible. I'm not a mixed berry person. I'm not a huge berry person. I don't like it when it's been, like, I don't know, like berry goop. Not a fan of that. A berry soup, if you will. That's just kind of how I see like any kind of compote. So the menu photo has the bottom biscuit and they have all the stuff on top. And then they have the top biscuit kind of gently laying on the side of this thing, which looked nice. And I thought I would try to recreate that. And then the purple cream cheese frosting is somehow drizzled, which you cannot drizzle that stuff. I do not know how they had to get out a little spoon and put it there. You cannot drizzle this stuff. I cannot emphasize this enough.
Right.
Not possible. Mine looked horrific. I looked at that thing and I felt ill. And I had thought this one would be safe because it's a fucking biscuit. And then I put all the berry on it.
This one looks kind of good in this photo.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but it doesn't look horrible.
Right? But they gave me so many berries, and I was like, well, I'm going to use all of them if they gave it all to me. And I was like, oh, no, that was too many berries. And then you're supposed to get powdered sugar. I did not get powdered sugar, I don't think. I had one whipped cream container, and then I had this other container that looked different than the whipped cream. And I think it was the powdered sugar, but it somehow wasn't. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a whipped cream that was a powdered sugar. It was like they took powdered sugar and made it a little more solid. It was the wildest fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. I like, that's not, yeah, it was like the closest.
Would that be more mousse?
No, I don't think so. It was like, it wasn't mousse enough. It was still like really, like I could kind of pick it up, but like it was so weird. I was so weird. I don't even know how to explain it. But I was like, is this it? Because this is not the same as the whipped cream. This is not whipped cream.
Yeah,
this is not the cream cheese mousse.
It's a fun mystery substance.
It was very fluffy, so I put it on. I put it on there because I was like, I guess that's what this is. And I put the rest of the purple cream cheese frosting on it, which ended up just like being a top coat. And that shit was so disgusting. It was so disgusting. It looked horrific. When I took the first bite to put it all together, I was like, oh my God. And it's like, because the biscuit tasted good, but it being salty and buttery with this berry and cream cheese, like it wasn't the perfect balance of like savory and sweet. It was just like, oh my God, a toddler made mom breakfast for Mother's Day. It was horrible. The berry compote was like whatever. It was gross. So I like scooped that aside and I was like, maybe if I keep trying. And I was like, okay, the cream cheese mousse is still banger. But I put it with the biscuit. Did not like that combo because again, it was a very salty biscuit, which I love separately, but like putting that on there, no. And then the cream cheese frosting, because at this point I was going back and forth still and like, is this berry flavored or am I just like having a weird mind fuck? But then I tried it with that and I was like, I am getting ill from this purple cream cheese frosting. There is something wrong with this. It is not berry flavored, but oh my God. And I tried, I was like, maybe if I put it with the berry, like maybe these separate ingredients, maybe I was trying, I don't know why, but I was trying to give the purple cream cheese frosting a chance. No.
You were giving it due process.
Yeah. And then and it was so messy. It was also, all of this was so messy, by the way. None of it was clean. I had multiple plates. Also, another fun factor, my friends have kittens. So I have 2 kittens constantly trying to get in on these pancakes. And I'm just kind of shoving them away. Because like, if they have one bite, I don't want them to die. I don't even know how my human body was going to take it.
Would certainly be lethal.
Right? Like, no amount of pan coins can fix that. So the biscuit was one of the last things I had. And I was really over it at that point. Because again, I started with the Hoverchoc tacos and I was like, oh, that was kind of surprising. And then went to the pancakes and I was like, oh no. And then I went to this, which then still had that purple cream cheese frosting. So not good. The texture was weird too, because the biscuit was like, you know, crumbly or whatever. But the cream cheese mousse is so much the glue, it overwhelms. But then the berry is able to like take over that flavor too. And then you have the weird textured extra layer of cream. I think that's the other bold thing. To have a cream cheese mousse and a cream cheese frosting might be too much.
It's a lot.
Might be too much, and honestly,
like
not
needed. They were trying to figure out what to flavor the frosting, and they were really racking their brains about it. They were like, "Fuck it, what if it was also cream cheese?" Well, it is technically different. I do want to give it its point. Yes. It is cream cheese icing and cheesecake mousse. So they're not
cheesecake
the same.
Mousse.
Okay,
yeah, okay.
They're very different.
They're totally
crucially
different, guys.
Very different.
I definitely called it the cream cheese mousse the entire time, which makes it sound worse. I was like, that's so crazy. But, oh well, whatever. You know, same vibe. That's what it's made of. I assume
it must taste the same. Yeah. I assume there can't be much different of an equation.
It's probably just the amount of sugar you have, honestly. But, yeah, I don't think the cream cheese topping... I think, you're right. I think they were just trying to find something to make it purple. And for some reason, they chose that. And I really wish they had done literally anything else.
Just do a fucking berry icing. What are we doing?
That was my thing. I was like, that can be your flavor. Keep the base neutral.
I guess they wanted to make the Wonka-ness about it. The fact that it's like, it's purple, but it's not the taste that purple would be.
Yeah. But or it's like not expected color
People
dye.
Made fucking colored cream cheese ice cream for years. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, this is, you know, we don't need to reinvent the wheel.
What, a Carvel cake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this can be...
Carvel's more Wonka than this shit.
Yeah.
How do they make the icing that texture? That's very Wonka-esque. How the fuck do they... I always am wondering, what is the Carvel icing texture? It's wild.
I don't know, but you're right. Absolutely
and
wild.
How can I thank them?
So that was horrible, and it's hard to say if it was the worst at that point. It wasn't, though, because there's one thing we haven't talked about yet, Felicia, and that's the Scrumdiddlyumptious strawberry hot chocolate I have saved for last because it was actually ever present throughout this entire experience. As the waiter was coming out with my to-go order, I could smell it from 5 feet away. I could, as she came out with my order, I could smell it from 5 feet away, and I went, whoa. A fake, sweet berry jelly bean vibe assaulted my nostrils. And I was really scared because I was like, oh my God, the food tastes like this. And I ordered the junior size hot chocolate. I got like a grande size. But based on the pancake size, I don't know if that is the junior size. Could I have ended up with a giant fucking thing? Who knows? But it was a lot. And I was like, okay, hot chocolate, fine. I was not thrilled about a strawberry hot chocolate because to make a strawberry into like a liquid form with that gets messy. And a hot chocolate already has more of like, I would say, and more I also feel like
strawberry and chocolate,
you know?
In my opinion, is not as good of a flavor mix as people are convinced it is. That's a personal opinion.
See, I just don't love
think
it.
I think if you're going for a berry, I prefer a raspberry with a chocolate. I don't know. I prefer a berry with a darker undertone. I don't know what that means, but it means something to my brain.
Yeah, but you know what the theme is there, though? The pure form of the berry with the pure form of the chocolate. You know, not often is it like, oh yeah, I want this. This is a powdered liquid. We're already making fake flavor versions of this to make it come through, which is already bold.
Right.
And I feel like fruit doesn't tend to do well when it comes to liquids. It's kind of my opinion there.
Fuck Jamba Juice, Elaine says.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck juice. Elaine,
but, you know,
hates juice.
I hate juice. No, but that comes from the source. You know, this is like...
Yeah.
Anything worth like coffee or something, if you like, I don't know, even like peach teas.
Oh, no,
like,
I agree. Yeah.
Why are we trying, you know? Yeah. So I already wasn't feeling great, but then like, so that was supposed to be topped with the whipped cream and the gold sprinkles, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Thank God it wasn't. I opened it up and was like, no, it was so smelly. I took a quick sip at the beginning of that and I went absolutely not. And it was, even when it was lukewarm to even when it was microwaved, it just tasted the same level of strawberry milk in a really smooth way. I felt like I was having a tube in my mouth and strawberry milk was just being poured down me, which made absolutely no sense seeing as it was brown.
Or like you're drinking it.
like chocolate. No, but there was a feel. It wasn't just like it wasn't in my mouth. It was like a tunneled vessel as I drank it. It somehow still like hit just purely through like a river. But like really, it was smooth in a way that was unsettling, because I feel like a hot chocolate, again, has more of like a burn. There's like a bite. You know what I mean? Like it's not like there's a difference between chocolate milk and hot chocolate, you know? And there's that little, you know.
Agreed.
Not there at all. And again, I was like, this is so strawberry present, but it's not even strawberry. Like it was genuine hell. And so I put it to the side, but the smell was there as I kept eating all these other things, and I had to go put it on the counter at one point. I do want
to say real quick, you will continue the rest of this, but our listener Revis, who did review the menu, really liked the strawberry hot chocolate, but they did say the strawberry is so loud in this drink, which just... It seems to be a trait universal, though yours may be worse because I can't. This is nuts.
Yes, because I think also, again, like I took it to go, and also I hit it right before the holidays, and I'm sure you know, location to location will like they're going wild, you know, and
different quirks, different
quirks, different locations have different, you know, levels.
I can't imagine they've had to make the Wonka menu more than 4 times total. So
yeah, like I'm not sure how many people are actually ordering it, you know, but who's to say? Me, I did it, and they were like, God damn it, we have to pull out the sickening powder. I hated my experience. It was tainting the other food. It made me not feel great. I did not even, and I'm a hot chocolate girl. Like I'll go to town, you know, and I was like, I'll even doubt it.
You are.
It's Christmas
Famously
time.
A hot chocolate girl.
You know, it's my calling card. But that was the most disgusting thing I think I've had, and it was the worst. I gave it negative points. It was utterly disgusting.
Wow.
Again, you could smell it everywhere. I put it in the fridge and I could still smell it. I don't even know why. After recording, I was like, I'm dumping this. And it was disgusting. I forget if I did or not because Felicia, I tried all of this and I was like, no. But there is a version of me that could potentially have been interested in it. And it is me on the CBD gummy Delta 8. And so I imbibed. I took a little gummy, and I came back later that evening when I was ready, and I was like, now let's see if it's better now, guys. And so I went through all of it again. And that is also recorded.
Which is wild. So you put yourself through it twice.
Which means I had it, and I'm constantly having to put this stuff up so kittens aren't there. When I'm going to microwave, I have to cover up everything. It was such an ordeal. I just had all these loose plates. Like
I don't want you to have to spoil everything, but will you say the experience was better or worse second time round? Or was it
some of them improved? Some of them were confirmed still awful.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting to have more space.
So minorly better.
Minorly better in that I knew what to more like go for probably at that point. But then also you got that, and you know, honestly, some of it was like maybe it was better cold. I'll also throw that out there. I think temperatures really did kind of affect some of it. So, I also forgot to mention this was the first thing I'd eaten that day. I picked this up around noon. This was the first thing that hit my body. That was what, like, my veins were full of this shit.
God.
That's probably an important thing to mention. I forgot.
Horrible.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, that is important. That was your sustenance. That's rough.
And then I was like, I still feel like I need to eat something, but I'm full, but I don't feel like my body had literally any nutrient it needed. I cannot emphasize how much I fucking hated the hot chocolate. It was not hot chocolate. It was a weird lukewarm strawberry milk. Like even, and then it was too hot when I went to drink it, but then it was still the same. Like, I don't understand. It wasn't like it was suddenly not hot. Like I double checked. I was like, ouch, this is hot. You know, okay. And it tasted the same. There was nothing redeeming. No other flavor came through.
Was the same.
Yeah, I don't know if I did the hot chocolate again. I think I was just like, that's a lost cause. I don't recall. I'll have to go back and see. But
and that's very fair. I wouldn't blame you.
No, I it's just the smell. So I don't know. Also, maybe because I didn't have it there, I wasn't sure how much that was just like, you know, when you smell something, it's a lot of your taste. So I wasn't sure if that was affecting it or not. Yeah. But like horrible, 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 horrible. Fuck whipped cream, fuck the gold sprinkles. Overall, I would say mediocre at best. I think Denny's Lord of the Rings menu was quite more superb than all of this IHOP Wonka shenanigans. I think you're right. I think they should have done more chocolate items. I think the biscuit could have been saved. It was they desecrated it. This was a tragedy, is my response to all of this. And it felt weird. It felt very weird to imbibe on that. So I'm really glad you didn't eat it. Or even be near it. I think the smell alone would have made you ill.
I think the smell of the strawberry hot chocolate genuinely would have made me sick. Like, that's
you would
not
have had to
bit.
leave.
I would have been ill.
Yeah, and then like
I would have had a headache, and I would have said, I need to dispose of this mid-meal. I wouldn't have tried it.
Can you
so
understand
this
me
actually was the best option.
It really was. Can you imagine me having that hot chocolate and then having to order that fucking lemonade? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would love to have seen, though, if I if I had ordered the lemonade, they would have been like, and here's your little cup of sprinkles, and here's your little cup of cotton candy.
Yeah, with everything they made you assemble on your own, it is
that
wild.
The wild part. Like, I get like keeping the integrity of the meal. That's nice, but like, can you label something? Can you throw a bone to a girl? Like, I'm having a, and again, every time I go online, it's taking 30 to 50 seconds for one thing to load. I'm losing my shit. But the workers were great. They had everything ready in time. The pickup like system that IHOP has is pretty solid. Like, I'll say it was like a decent system.
Nice.
And I enjoy pan coins as a concept. So, you know, IHOP itself can remain another day. I didn't get ill, so we're 1 for 3 with IHOP. Who knows what holds for the future? Except I do have freedom. I could never eat at IHOP again, and that's just something nice to kind of think about from time to time if need be. But yeah, no, that was my my final thoughts on that. I know, again, it wasn't like a lot of the menu, but I think it was present.
No, you got the majority of
we
it.
did
and
it.
I think I appreciate you taking one for the team in this scenario. Yeah. It's good. I think
I'm honored that I got to use.
I think you were the best person to do that on the groundwork, you know.
Yeah. My gosh. I will one last thing in Wonka food. My friends got me a little Christmas stocking, which was really sweet of them, so I opened it, and those fuckers put the Wonka Hat Gusher gummies in my fucking stocking.
Shit.
So I also ate those.
Well, that's good. We have a review.
They were okay. They weren't bad. I didn't know it like had a gusher quality to it, and I'm not a fruit snack person, so it wasn't it wasn't bad. I might keep eating them.
That's
definitely good. Fantastic with the CBD Delta 8 gummy. I'll tell you that. I was like, yum yum yum.
I would imagine they have a look that they are one to me.
Yeah. Yeah. If for some reason you decide to eat the IHOP Wonka menu, I feel like cheddar cheese was a really good cleanser to like reset my palate. A sharp cheddar.
That's wild.
Is just like the only, because water's not going to do it.
The cheddar that like makes the corners of your mouth hurt, you know?
Yes. Oh, I love that shit. So that is the IHOP menu, and I appreciate everyone who sent in their reports as well. We had been looking forward to this for a very long time. So, and good riddance. We don't even have prequel predictions. What do we do now?
Here's the thing. I have a bit of a different segment that's going to be very short. As in, a listener emailed in because they went to see Wonka after our prequel predictions episode of going through them, and provided some clarification to us.
Good.
I think this is what we're going to do is if we get updates from y'all or if we figure out something, we are going to put the work in and label them.
We're getting the Wonka Scholar homework. We're reading the Wonka Scholar report.
Exactly.
I love it.
So our listener Kate reached out. They said a window is smashed by Keegan-Michael Key's belt buckle. So that's correct.
Sick.
They did some research. Don't think there's 5 British cameos, which I agree on. And I'm just going to put that as wrong in like a week.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm giving it some time. There was no writing instrument breakage. There was no bread eaten.
Damn.
But there is. And I thought rain was somewhere in the lyrics, but I couldn't remember where it was. In a world of your own, he says, because there's a hard rain, because there's a hard rain gonna fall, because a hard rain's gonna fall.
Okay,
which when they mentioned it, I was like, oh yes, I remember that now. And I remember thinking that lyric's weird. When I heard it in the thing, I was like, what?
So satisfying.
And then they said, as for a Wonka innuendo lyric, there was a pause after the first word of pure imagination in which some teenage boys laugh. So I guess come. He does pause. Imagine somebody putting that in an edit and they explain it. Come. And lastly, they said that it absolutely counts as a pot on head. Someone else reached out to us and said that they once cooked ramen noodles in a tea kettle. So like,
y'all are fucked up.
People are weighing in.
Wow. Hey, any
Or weighing
anti-pop
in, and they're
people,
on
just
my
come on down. I'm curious to hear it. But I love the idea of someone cooking. I want to know more about the ramen in the teapot, because that was exactly what I've been imagining.
I think
It
they
kinda brought
messaged
me
us on
joy, but
Instagram.
wild.
You
I'll
should
have to go
look at
check
it.
that out and ask some follow-up questions, because that feels weird, but like kind of fun if you put it in a mug. But I hate it. I do really hate it. You know, that sick fascination. I also saw someone else emailed us. Everyone explained why Wonka couldn't open the bar in the beginning, because he couldn't read, so he wouldn't have known what the message was that his mom had left for the secret recipe. And I was like,
Which is true.
Yes.
But to me, I'm like, well, why didn't he try to learn how to read earlier?
Right? Or like, again, like, how does he not know
also,
his name?
why would she leave a note to her son that she knows cannot read?
You know, there's a hole. I don't, yeah. So it was like,
there's some holes
that's
there.
fair. Like, it makes sense at the end. Like,
A
okay, you
fair
have to do
point
that.
on why he couldn't read it sooner. But
Yeah.
I feel like he could have shown it to someone and said, hey, what does this mean? But, you know, it's fine.
You know, it's-
It's not really a beef.
the public school system there just needs to be upped, apparently.
He lived on a boat, Elaine.
Yeah.
Where would he go?
He would talk to the fish.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Wonka Watch. If you enjoyed listening, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Wonka Watch, and you can send us emails over at wonkarapture@gmail.com. We also have a Buy Me a Coffee where you can see Elaine imbibe the Wonka pancakes and enjoy that journey with her as she frantically microwaves things. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my God.
Personally, because I haven't seen it. It'll be nice.
Oh my goodness.
So you can check that out over there. We also have all of our other bonus content about us getting stuck on a bridge, which is why we didn't do this in person like we were supposed to, which was honestly for the best, I think. I mean, as we can say, I'm kind of glad I did the flood and didn't have to experience that hot chocolate.
The Wonka Rapture
I'll take it.
saved your soul.
And you got punished. Yeah. We do have a few people to thank today. When people join our membership, we give them a nice little song over on our Buy Me a Coffee. So we have like 4 people today because since we recorded a lot in bulk, so we got a lot of people to go through today. First, we have our listener, Ash. They said, happy question Rapture, folks. I'm looking forward to the Shirley Unhinged recap and anything/everything that's to come from the pod. And they did put that in like the day we saw Wonka. But
Wow.
Alexa got a Buy Me a Coffee thing purchased for them by their best friend who joined over the summer. And they said, if their friend said, if you still do subscriber songs, please dedicate it to my friend Alexa. Thank you. You guys are awesome, which is really sweet. So we will get that on there. We had our listener, Ken. They just said, thank you. So that's very nice as well. And then our last one is from our listener, Alana, which this is quite the journey. this message was going to say something about how much this podcast means to me and how much I enjoy it. But the first time I tried to buy this subscription, my bank flagged it as suspicious activity and put a hold on my card. Nothing has been more mortifying than explaining how normal this purchase actually is and then giving my social security number to further tie this to my identity forever. I guess never let anyone get in the way of higher education, being a Wonka scholar. And thank you so much for going through that.
Yeah.
We've also had some other issues running into this with Buy Me a Coffee recently, which we have only very recently become aware of. Hey, this is Editing Felicia. I'm popping in here because I did a lot more research about this situation and understand it better now. So it seems like the issue that people are running into is an issue that's shared between any sort of like Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee type thing. It is something to do with the merchant codes, and it's just something that banks flag more often. So it doesn't seem like it's something in our control, and it's just like an unfortunate side effect of this area of business. So I just wanted to let people know that like we've looked into it. It doesn't seem like it's anything on our side of things. It just seems to be how it works in general. So we apologize for any inconvenience, obviously, but it seems to be something that wouldn't be alleviated by like switching platforms or things like that we've looked into. Because in the original recording, we talked about how we were considering switching to Patreon, and that was kind of a like, oh, maybe we should do that with this issue. No, it wouldn't be any better with Patreon. So we might still be considering switching for other reasons, but that's going to be something that we talk about on our Buy Me a Coffee and get people's opinions on. So it's not just going to happen for no reason. But yeah, just wanted to pop in here and give a further explanation. Thank you all again for supporting us. We really appreciate it. We really apologize about that. It really sucks. We're not really sure what's going to happen. Maybe it's because we called our podcast Wonka Watch and it shows up like that. I don't know. But hopefully it should. Now, I know the name of our next podcast, and I don't know if it'll be better, but we'll figure it out. It also sounds a little bit like a joke, but it's fine.
Okay, so I got Ash, Alexa, Ken, and Alana.
Yeah.
Wow, we got some fun names in here. Long ago, there was a beast known for its purple meat. Hard to find, rarely ever seen. But one group of bandits was set to find it, to gather that purple meat and make their fortune. However, they came across an army of the purple meats, and only together could they defeat it. Ash known for their warthogs, Alexa known for their sirens, Ken has a lot of paper clips, they're sharp, and Alana's just there for the laughs. And they're fighting, and they charge towards the purple meat monster. But the purple meat monster goes, and they're not prepared. But it's okay. The paper clips come, and they seize the jaws shut. The sirens slap them in the face. I forget what the other people had. Warthogs. They're going, and they're going to fight. And then a good little giggle from Alana. And it all comes to the end as Ash, Alexa, Alana and Ken, they go fighting until the depths, and the purple beast falls, and they gather all the meats, and when they go to the market, they don't have any pan coins to spend, and people don't have the right currency, so they end up just giving it away for free, and they end up doing tax evasion, and no worries, they still make it out, and they're all friends. Fiend.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. That was incredible.
I don't think I've ever had to do that many names in one song.
I'm really proud of you. I think you did a really good job, though. The purple meat makes me feel the same way giraffe milk did. Like, it's that same kind of general, it feels fucked up, you know?
Yeah,
and maybe I'm just looking for a new subject of my ire, but I really dislike purple meat. But I mean, that's not, I'm just mad at, that's the thing you created, so I really shouldn't put much brain energy on it.
I don't love purple meat at all. Are you kidding me? That was like one of the worst
Well, I knew you didn't, but I just wanted to make my opinions clear that I don't like purple meat.
Emotionally attached to purple meat, and that can go on my
There will
obituary.
be no more purple meat mentions on this podcast. Do not fear.
Hi, everybody. This is Elaine. I just wanted to make a PSA that please don't contact me about purple meat. Don't mention it. Don't make that a thing. Don't send it to me at wonkarapture@gmail.com. Thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Ash, Alexa, Ken, and Alana.
Yes,
Woohoo.
Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate your support. You funded this episode, truly.
Yes.
So we really appreciate it. Who knew the Wonka IHOP episode would be an hour and 15 minutes long? I thought
Not
this
expected.
one would be short.
Not expected.
Unexpected,
Yeah.
but enjoyed. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of Wonka Watch. We really appreciate having you here. And, you know, the movie's over. It's not that important. I can say that very confidently. Like, I feel good. I feel fine. It's not that important.
I feel
this
free.
Wonka IHOP menu.
Continued.
Elaine's body is important, and that was neglected while listening. That
was 2023, Elaine.
Menu.
We're now in 2024.
That's true.
Elaine.
2024.
So she will
Oh
not
my
do
God,
that.
this is coming out next year.
2044. I turned 30 this year. That was my 20 shit. We're not doing this in my 30s. It's not that important.
It's not that important. Bye, guys.